My research specifically is about understanding the trends and drivers of mergers and acquisitions in creative cultural industries. Specifically, I would say that we don't know almost anything empirically about what drives mergers and acquisitions in these type of industries. If I want to be more precise, I can tell you that the statistics show that there are a lot of, let's say, mergers and acquisitions in Europe in these sort of industries. The number I can give you right now is that between 2004 and to 2014, we have more than 1,700 acquisitions in creative cultural industries that both firms acquire, and the acquired firms, they are operating in creative cultural industry. So the statistics show that there is a lot of, let's say, or the prevalence of this corporate strategy, but we still don't know what drives them, and is it really different from, let's say, mainstream mergers and acquisitions or not. It appears to be that acquisition of different types of creative talents and resources, looking for synergies, and also entering to new product and market segment is among the main drivers of, let's say, acquisitions in CCIs. What makes them a little bit more interesting is the fact that the centrality of human capital in these sort of firms are quite high, because all these firms, they rely on creative, let's say, creative, artistic, let's say, employees. And when you acquire, let's say, these firms, the main or important issue for you to acquiring the talents and creative let's say, skills are getting these people. So any departure of the employees, of these creative employees, may hamper your outcome or objective from the acquisition. Our research shows that the peculiarity of centrality of human capital, specifically the creators, designers, artists, all those creative and cultural talents that they are inside the firm, makes post-acquisition changes difficult. In a sense that when you acquire a firm, we know that you need to make certain changes inside the organizational structure of the firm that you acquired. You need to change the routines, you need to change the procedures, and so on and so forth. And usually these sort of changes are not that much accepted by the employees. The issue is that since these sort of creative talents are so tacit and so embedded in the individual, and also in the social network, or the ties that these people they have, either formally or informally together, the departure of one or the other of these employees may have also impact on the creative knowledge slack of the acquired firm. So in one sentence, I should say that acquirers, with the changes that they made in post-acquisition period, may lose these sort of creative talents and the creative, let's say, resources of the acquired firm. So how to prevent this, or how to, in a way, integrate and coordinate the newly bought firm with the rest of the organization on one side, and on the other side, keeping these, let's say, talents, so making not that much of a change, is quite a challenge for the firms that they want to make acquisitions in creative and cultural industries. What we found particularly in this area is that although you need to make the changes, these changes can be in a soft side, meaning that you can rely more on the acquired top managers to do the changes for you. With these sort of changes that is done by these guys, then you have lower disturbances in the organizational, let's say, structure and procedures of the acquired firm. Plus, you have a better and more efficient, let's say, changes, because these guys, they used to work on those firms, so they know the firm upside down, they understand the structure, they know the procedure. So when you want to make the changes, they are more efficient in making the changes. Other than that, normally these top managers, they have influence on the creative employees as well. So all those demotivations, the stress, career concern, and etc., and etc., and etc., that these creative talents may have during the post-acquisition changes, so the transition, let's say. So these guys, they can mitigate the negative effect of the changes also for the employees. For practical implication, I would say, if practitioners, let's say in industry, that they are particularly looking for making acquisition, regardless of the motivation behind the acquisition, whether it would be, let's say, synergies from combining the creative talents, or it would be entering to the new product or market, they should bear in mind that too much changes inside the acquired firm may result into losing a lot of creative skills in terms of departure of the employees. So, and one way that they can really overcome this problem would be relying more on the acquired top managers to make the changes. And also they can, these sort of acquired top managers, they can also suggest the pace of changes. So the pace of change is also another important issue. So these are, let's say, two important practical implications that I have.